How about them Galactic Challenges then? Yep, that's right, Monday morning, bald, still to this day, can't imagine why, and we're going to hit off with some Galactic Challenges. Let's do this, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin, I want to give a quick shout out to my wonderful, wonderful patrons. Thank you ever so much for supporting this channel. You guys are the frickin' best. Thank you so much. Alrighty then, so today's feats for the Galactic Challenge on Dathomir. We're facing off against a ragtag band of droids, and we have got particular bonuses that might be a little bit delicious for our Scoundrel allies. The good thing about this is that Scoundrels are a really good faction, so it makes this one not too difficult. We've got a global modifier for dark magic. Essentially, people are going to revive every 10 turns unless you have a form of permanently killing them, which is really not so bad. We've got additional health, speed, and we're immune to buff immunity. While we've buffed, we take less damage, and we've got additional counter chance, and we inflict defense down when attacked. It can't be resisted. While debuffed, we've also got plus 10 speed. Quite nice. The enemy has got Protocol Exterminate, which means their droid allies are going to do a lot of damage. A lot. So we need to win with Scoundrels. We need to attempt to inflict stun 30 times, and we need to win with an undersized squad. Now I'm going to break this up into 2 teams, but I'll also provide some additional options just in case. So let's start off with Scoundrels. As previously stated, the Scoundrel faction is very, very good. We're going to go in particular with a BAM team, although you could likely do it with a Afro Droid team or a Bounty Hunter team, but I want to start off with a little bit of BAM action. So I'm going in with Beskar Armamando, we're going in with Chewie, we're going in with Han, Dash, Rendar, and I'll probably throw in someone like Queel. Now, if you really wanted to make this easier for yourself, you could use Commander Ahsoka Tano. She'll pass a whole bunch of additional stats to BAM, meaning his Whistling Birds will do a lot of damage. So let's see how this goes. First and foremost, we want to use Han Solo to stun Sortie at the start. She does an AoE, and it's really obnoxious, truth be told. It's a very obnoxious AoE, so let's immediately just shoot her down in the face, and we wait for the enemy to do all sorts. After that, what do we want to do? Now, you can theoretically build out the stuns with this team. You've got a couple of stuns, but it might take you a little while. If you really, really dragged out the battle, you could probably do it. But I'm not advising it because it's much easier to do this with another team that we'll cover later. First and foremost, I recommend you try and kill the first unit you possibly can immediately. Unfortunately, we had the torture there on Chewbacca, and he triggered the health threshold, which triggered the bonus turn from BAM. We didn't want that to happen. So we're going to kill BB-8 now. And even though we're killing him with Whistling Birds, he's still going to revive, because spare parts you cannot prevent the revive for. So we get rid of BB-8 and he immediately comes back, which is incredibly obnoxious. And then I'm just going to throw out the AoE from Dash. Now, normally what I'd like to do is not have that Whistling Birds trigger so quickly. We'd actually try and kill BB-8 immediately out the rip, and then we'd look to Whistling Birds, okay? But unfortunately, we didn't get that benefit not this time. So we're just going to play the long game right now. I'm going to play that long game, and we're going to wait until the enemy revives, and we want to try and build up to another Whistling Birds. Those Whistling Birds, provided there's no spare parts on the field, will let us kill with no revive any enemies that we do defeat with that ability. So we want to try and keep everybody alive until we're ready to go back into Whistling Bird stance. It might take us a short while, depending on how quickly we trigger the turns. But otherwise, we're just going to play it cool. Play it cool, keep the enemy controlled, don't deal too much damage if you can help it, and everybody will be much happier for it. Let's see if we can get that stun over there on BB-8. Lovely. Let's see if we can stun on Sortie as well. Now, Sortie does build up a whole boatload of bonus protection, but believe me when I say it's not something you have to worry too much about. So I'm going to go into Whistling Birds again. Lovely jubbly. I'm just going to basic over here on BB-8. And I'm going to use the AoE from Dash here. That will essentially give us 20 stacks of Whistling Birds, maximizing the likelihood that we will be able to permanently kill people with Whistling Birds. Okay, so here's the scenario. They've got 5 turns. We've got 20 stacks of Whistling Birds. What I'd advise is you target 000 because he's VIP. We'll kill him. We'll probably kill BB-8, and we might even kill Chopper here. Boom! Everybody dies. Okay, so they can't revive from that. So even after the turns are over, the only person that's going to revive is IG-88. So this makes things a heck of a lot easier for us going forward. We can just, you know, beat people up, defeat them. They're not coming back, and that's going to make everybody really, really happy. So Scoundrel feat done and dusted. Super, super easy. Now, of course, we can also do this with a bounty hunter team. Bounty hunters also have a wonderful means of preventing revives, either Jango Fett, Boba Fett's rocket, or using OG Mando to disintegrate enemies one at a time. We do have some stuns, but again, this is not the team that I would use if you're looking to get those stuns. I'm using a boss lead with Fennec, OG Mando, Grief, and Boba Fett in this instance, but it's not the team that you have to use. Now, the enemy team will take about 1,000 and 2,500 turns right out the rip, and that's okay, truth be told. We want to try and trigger contract. That is the main thing that we are going for right now. So get those mass assists, all those dodges coming out, that's so rude. Get those mass assists, try and get as many attacks as you can in to trigger that contract immediately, and just have a little bit of fun with it. Boom, there we go. We are just about to hit our contract now. I'm going to call in Fennec because she's just kind of cool. We like Fennec. Let's see what else we can do here. I'm just going to try and get some ability blocks right now. Of course, we didn't land it, but that's okay. And we're just waiting now for our OG Mando to take a turn. Once he takes a turn, he will be able to disintegrate people, and that will be all nice and hunky-dory for us. Highly recommend that you actually do a mass assist beforehand. Try to get that crit chance up on Mando. We're just going to yeet yeet skeet on BB-8 and just delete Sortie. Delete Sortie with disintegrate, and then life becomes so much easier. Easy peasy. There are a lot of teams that you can use for this Scoundrel faction. I'm not going to go through all of them for the Scoundrel feat, sorry. But this will give you some inclination of what you can possibly use. So we've got Chopper there, quite low health. I'm going to try and ignore him for a second. BB-8 also now on low health. Let's see, I'm going to swap the damage over to IG-88, just spread that. Oh, never mind. I was thinking of spreading the damage. Turns out we have too much John DiMaggio. Alrighty, let's keep it going. Just a basic. Just a basic. We've got 5 more turns. Let's see. We can ignore Taunt. I'm going to go ahead and get that armor shred over there on Chop. Just a basic. People are going to revive in a second. At this point, you could probably just put it on auto, truth be told. Let's see. Can we just yeet? Not enough damage. Unfortunately, the enemy is incredibly tanky for no real good reason, truth be told. It just is the way it is. We should have another disintegrate coming out real shortly. There we go. I'm going to get rid of 000 now. One less person rather that is able to revive. Can we get the double tap? Of course. Of course not. Of course not. So yeah, bounty hunters do the job rather nicely. Let's go ahead and get some ability blocks. BB-8 constantly gaining that foresight is really, really frustrating. Let's actually just temporarily defeat him. Temporarily take him out of action. Let's get some additional armor shreds out on the field. That's just basic here. Mass assist on BB-8 because I don't like him. Silly little ball that he is. Oh, let's see if we can yeet out IG-88. Lovely. At execute, they're doing the business. And then a mass assist on Chopper to finish it off. So again, another Scoundrel team that doesn't require any GLs, doesn't require any special finagling, just pretty straightforward. Now, let's take a look at Underman and Stunning. Now, I'm going to do them in one feat, in one battle, in one attempt, but if you do struggle with this, then you can quite likely just go in with a fuller team and then try to do the stuns afterwards, okay? So EP Mara Jade is the heart and soul of it. I'm going to throw in Wat Tambor next, and after Wat Tambor, I'm going to throw in Han Solo, okay? We're leaving that last one open. If you want to add additional means of surviving, you could use someone like Gideon, you could use someone like Thrawn to sort of make this a little bit more manageable. The idea behind this is we're going to be using all the stuns from this team to get all those stuns done, and then we're going to apply weapons tech so that when we kill people, they're permanently dead. Alright? So starting, once again, we want to stun Sortie so she doesn't get that AoE out, and then I'm going to put the tank tech on Mara Jade so that she can get rid of any ability blocks that come her way. We're going to immediately try and stun BB-8. That's going to get us an extra turn. We're going to throw out this grenade, get that shock all the way across the board. So that's one stun already. Unfortunately, Palpatine is ability blocks, but it's not so bad. And we'll do an AoE. Boop. More stuns. So we've probably got at least 5 stuns at the moment. And just don't place the weapons tech on Palp until you're ready. So that's 6 stuns. 6 stuns so far, thanks to Han Solo. Actually, 7 stuns in total. And then 8 stuns. You're getting the gist of it here, guys. You're getting the gist. There's a lot of stuns in this team. You need to get to 30, so just drag it out for a little bit. And when you feel like you've got enough, just go ahead, throw that weapons tech on Palps, and everything should be golden. Everything should be golden. You've got stuns on Mara Jade's first special. You've got stuns on Han Solo's first special. You also have AoE stuns on Palpatine's special, his first special. So you should be able to generate enough TM, enough stuns here to just walk through this without any real issues. So there we go. Another AoE stuns. Got quite a few of them there. I'm not going to sit here and, you know, slowly work this out. I've already got the feat, so I can't really show you it happening. But you're going to have to trust Papa Scribble here that this business does work. Just drag it out as long as you can. And whenever you feel like you've absolutely 100% definitely got all of those stuns, that's when you go ahead, use What 10 board to place weapons tech on Palpatine. Palpatine, then when he kills people, they will not be able to revive. So we'll show you how that happens now. We'll throw that weapons tech out there. Don't forget that the first time enemies are defeated, if they have that spare parts, that little, you know, spanner and drill or whatever it is, I can't quite tell. If they've got those there available, they will definitely revive, even if you've got that weapons tech. So don't worry about that first one. They cannot prevent that. Just keep on going through. Keep on going through. And we'll all be very good. I probably shouldn't be attacking BB-8 here. He's just going to be counter-attacking. That's rather frustrating. Let's go ahead and get rid of that tenacity down. I'm not going to hit BB-8 here. I'm going to hit anybody else. And then let's see if we can get an extra stun there. So all we really need to do now, like I said, is get the kills with Palpatine. You could put the weapons tech on Mara Jade instead. She generates a heck of a lot of TM herself. But as you can see, Palpatine does a fine job of it himself. So if I'm just basicking here, get extra stuns over there, or attempted stuns. Now don't forget, you don't actually have to land the stun. You really don't. You only have to attempt to land the stun. That's all that matters. I'm not going to use that. If I do the AoE here, we'll get 2 kills there. Those guys are not going to revive. You'll see that in just 1 second as we restart the counter. It's gone up to 10, and lo and behold, we do not have people resummoning. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it magical? So we're just going to get Chopper nice and low, and we're going to swap over to Sortie now. Get those AoE stuns out, lovely jubbly, and then just work on Sortie. Unfortunately, Sortie will be gaining that bonus protection if she doesn't have shock, so that's something to consider. Keep on going, and we have to wait to kill that 000 until right at the end, unfortunately. So this is the point that you probably just want to put it on auto basic or something like that. Oh, we could actually deal with Chopper again, because we obviously didn't kill him with Palpatine. Oh, should have got the stun there. Should have got the stun there. Over there to Chopper. Let's get those stuns out. Lovely. Let's throw out the shock. AoE shock on the board. Oh, I actually don't think Sortie caught that shock. She must not have had tenacity down at the time. So let's just keep going here. Just keep going. You can also use the second special from Palp, and that will actually deal a little bit of damage to 000, but it will take you an age to actually get there and defeat him. So let's just keep on basicking here, throw out the shock. It takes a little bit of time, but eventually you will get there. There we go. There we go. We're finally starting to chew through Sortie, just because you're leaving that shock on her more than anything. More than anything. Alright, let's see if we can... I don't really want anybody else killing Sortie. I'd rather make sure that Palpatine gets that kill. Not sure if Palpatine actually got the kill there or if it was a dot that killed her. But now we are able to hit 000, which is nice. Okay, it definitely wasn't Palpatine that got the kill there, and that's okay. That's totally fine. Let's just stop them from taking turns, I think. Stop them from taking turns. And then we're going to focus in on 000 for now. Just do a little bit of that wonderful damage. Get the shock. And then over here, just reduce that. Oh my gosh. Han Solo absolutely popping off there. And there we go. It looks like we're going to be absolutely fine here to finish off. Not too bad. That will get you the stuns, that will get you an Underman team. Now, if you are having a hard time surviving that without using a full team, just go ahead, throw in an extra team there and try and get the Underman with something a little bit chunkier. And that's going to about do it for today's episode of Galactically Challenged with your boy Scribble. If you could kindly give me a like and a subscribe while you're there, that would greatly, greatly be appreciated. Let's help grow this tribe nice and large. Do not forget to join me later on today where we will be doing our GAC attack phase 3v3. We're in the finals. Can we go 3-0? I will see you all later on. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.